Oke. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are from the first group and we would like to present our result of analysis from the article of Theodor Adorno and Max Horkheimer entitled The Culture Industry, Enlightenment as Mass Deception in 1944. So before we start the material, we would like to introduce ourselves first. My name is Meka Ghazali, and the next one is Dania Dedi. The next one is Edla Salsabila. The fourth one is Qotrunnada Salsabila, and the last one is Mahdah Amaliyah. So let's begin our presentation from the first slide. So the first one is defining ideology. Since ideology always reflects economic coercion, everywhere proves to be freedom to choose what is always the same. And here we are providing 5 definitions of ideology. And the first one is a conceptual perspective that sharpens the life goals of each individual. Next.
From the text above, since ideology always reflects economic coercions, so I realized that ideology is imaginary ideas, or we say not in accordance with reality, which is conserve the existing social order. As usual, the aims of ideology to promote the social science.
Next is ideology is oriented to human behavior with an understanding to achieve goals, for example, in the fields of politics, economy, and others. Next.
So the next is ideology as a mindset that develops in society. Ideology is in here also can be used as a solution to a particular problem. Next.
The last is ideology is a collection of understandings that form a system that must exist in every individual or group that contains the rules of behavior. And I would like to explain culture industry based on the article with the question, what is the culture industry and what purpose does it serve? Next, the culture industry refers to mass production of homogeneous and standardized cultural goods for their mass consumption without requiring application of discerning ability. Next, the central thesis of this Frankfurt School theory states that the cultural industry is a phenomenon that exploits society with a capitalist system. For more clearer, culture industry is a term describing a group of economic activities which are based on the formation of highly specialized services and in which product and form in a non-creative productive process and therefore have a high symbolic value. The next is the purpose of culture industry. The first one is produce cultural products. The aim of this is our consumer product. Culture industry has a motive that is to make someone to be a passive consumer, to manipulate their consciousness. Thus, they do not prioritize the nature of creativity, curiosity, and independence. The next is provides entertainment. Cultural industry provides entertainment, the purpose of which is to relieve the public's fatigue of the capitalist rulers. So society considers entertainment as a comfortable place from an unfair social order. The last is establish the legitimacy by creating desire and demands for consumer. Products made by the industry that are driven by the community is building its policies by making consumers have a desire and demand for the product that are made. Therefore, art is created to be profitable and its marketing is designed to generate desire and demand for these objects. The use of mass media further strengthens the network of the capitalist order.
Okay, the characteristic of culture industry. The characteristic of cultural industry is the formation of products and services with a symbolic value, or better said, this value is higher than their property value. Cultural industry is therefore often described with those activities which form first product, with a high symbolic value for the consumer. A distinctive aspect a distinctive aspect of the culture industry is that culture artifacts produced under the same theme allow consumers to consume without the slightest suspicion. In this way, cultural industry adapts products that look different but are in fact variation of the same thing. Next, service. Services are related to entertainment, education, and information, like media, music, museums, and etc.
The example of culture industry in the cultural product, which is popular music. Adorno illustrates the subtle process through which the culture industry operates by referring to the popular music. By writing hit song is a genuine literary talent. Popular music belongs to the industry because it is included in terms of production, marketing, and distribution. Popular music standardization lies in the condition that consumers need. That is by making listeners desire to pay attention to the quality of pure or natural music. That way, making listeners who are not familiar with music think that the popular music is our original music. Next, the effect of popular music, according Adorno and Horkheimer. Popular music either promotes the thoughtlessness of the masses or else provides the content of their thought, fears, and anxiety about unemployment, loss of income, war, have their non-productive correlate in entertainment, that is, relaxation which does not involve the effort of concentration at all.
Next is the characteristic of capitalism. Capitalism first, technology. Capitalism uses technology to introduce their new product and make content through technology such as TV, radio, video, and photograph. Second is monotonous sense of art of product. So capitalist society under the culture industry has a monotonous art or similar art. They lose their independence and individuality and turn into homogeneous consumers who do not have the intrinsic or unique nature. The point is that by looking at the market or high interest in the society, they are limited to making an art product in order to get high profits. The third characteristic is monopoly or social control of the society. So the effect of the monotonous or similar sense of art of product is monopoly. Thus the monopoly emerges. Capitalism wants to make us under their control, which is the same as the culture industry's purpose, where they want us to believe or think what their products claim to be. For example, in advertisements given by the media, they use actors or actresses that look handsome, pretty, or attractive. And here, they want us to believe if we want to be handsome, pretty, or attractive, we should consume what they do, and we will imitate them. They want us to believe that what given by the media is the truth or fact, and they will have the control over the society to use their products. Next. So nowadays we live in the new global economy. Consumers are the object of the entertainment industry. Global company using mass media, for example, art, advertising, film, radio, television, as the main tool to spread consumptive lifestyle in all over the world. For example, tagline from a brand. So advertisements represent lifestyles by subtly instilling the importance of self-image to appear in public. Advertising is considered as a determinant of trends, fashion, and modern human consciousness. Lifestyle and identity can be seen from the tagline of an advertisement. For example, here is a Nike slogan, which is, "It is just do it," which represents optimism, independence, and strength. So the slogan can shape the character of the consumer who uses it, where consumers are increasingly confident in using the product due to the image that is attached to each product.
Okay, so the next one is about the approaches of culture industry based on the perspective of Adorno and Horkheimer. So Adorno and Horkheimer described that the culture industry, which consists of film, radio, music, book, television, and press, are no longer pretending to be art. Instead, the industry itself did this for the sake of economic and business purpose. So the thing is, the culture industry is not really a pure art, and it leads to a degradation of a value of the culture industry itself. It's all about income without focusing on what lies on the culture industry really is. The people might slowly lose the pureness of contents, especially dealing with the culture industry. There will be a limitation for them to enjoy the literary works. Next, please. Okay, so this is the positive impact of culture industry. The first one is about the film perspective. This culture industry can shape the audience imagination if they were hardly to describe the scene because of somehow film acted as a facilitator to audience's imagination. For example, when the audience is hardly to imagine what shape is Voldemort in Harry Potter look like because they haven't read the book, but directly watch the movie, it will be easier for them to recognize the physical appearance of that character. The next one is about the fashion and jewelry perspective, that it could gain investment for the consumers because of the high symbolic value. And the last one is about the economic perspective, because it could gain the national income. For example, the booming of K-pop era, which made the K-pop fans spend their money on buying the albums, which made the income of Korean industry were increasing day by day. Next, please.
So for the next is the negative impact of cultural industry. Adorno and Horkheimer mentioned that people who are lulled and feel addicted to a work resulting from industrial culture itself, such as song, are the result of the development of a mass-produced industrial culture. For example, when some singer makes a comeback, their music company will promote their comeback by giving a sneak peek, like a trailer video, through a social media and other media such as YouTube. So the fans of that singer will wait and wanting more and more from their artist. And it makes the fans addicted and willing to waste time just waiting and buy a comeback album by the artist. This makes consumers lose their creativity and also become lazy, lose concentration, and become unproductive. In addition, another negative impact brought about by the industrial culture is the lack of creativity and the loss of moral and aesthetic values in the works made by the cultural actors, such as a producer of a film or television show producer. This happens because they make a work just for the sake of the number of viewers and popularity. Next.
Okay, so we conclude from the presentation is culture industry is a phenomenon where mass production of a product will be consumed by mass through attracting the attention of consumer by making products with the desire and demands of consumers. In this phenomenon, society is exploited by capitalist system. The aim of industrial culture is to produce culture products, provide entertainment, and establish the legitimacy by creating the desire and demands for consumers. In general, the positive impact of culture industry is to gain income, and the negative impact is manipulating people to be a passive consumers.
Okay, so this is the end of our presentation. We apologize for any mistakes and we would like to wait for your feedback. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.